Colbey Ross, the floater. And
there are a lot of UCLA people that forgot I ever played there, and I understand why.
Colbey. Here's Johnny Smith out near midcourt. Colbey Ross hits a three.
In terms of getting these guys together, to kind of build the chemistry that you need to win at a high level.
Yeah, it's difficult because it's such a learning process.
Jeter trying the reverse. Here comes Pepperdine and Colbey Ross. Pull up three in transition.
Oh, wow.
Colbey Ross. 10 seconds. Here is Ross. Off balance. First field goal.
Star Wars into the Disney realm, and then you start to bring multiple generations into it. Great move.
Chance to take the lead. And they give it right back, leading to a 2-on-1. Colbey Ross to the bucket.
You're going to have your way.
I've been impressed, John, with the way Providence has defended Colbey Ross so far. They've made it tough on him, even though Ross got 9 turnovers by Providence and hustling down the floor.
Those conference, and if you're Lorenzo Romar, what you're trying to do is you're building, right, Colbey? I like John Zedek being back in the game. He was really aggressive with his energy more so than anything else. I like that. It's got good things going. But when it gets stagnant on the offensive end, you might want to stop him.
Failing to prepare, preparing to fail.
I mean, look, is that not universal?
Colbey Ross.
I think he's going to come through. Defense fights over it, and then he got to come back, pin down screen. He's able to get open.
Colbey
The ball, they have to move, they have to rotate, and they've gotten out of defensive rebounding position when they've had to do so.
Colbey Ross off balance.
Push at the rim. You got to wonder if defensive continuity is Colbey Ross just continues.
Watching the man-to-man defense. Waves a high-scoring team, averaging 79 a game, and a three-pointer by Colbey Ross. The Lumberjacks in their blue and gold. The Waves with the takeaway. Ahead to Ross, who throws it up and in. Colbey Ross. Colbey Ross, a 2-time Colorado State Player of the Year. Top of the key is three-pointer good. That dribbling down the lane. Throw it out to Ross. He'll fire up a three and knock it down. To the line. Well, the Waves will bring it in. Not a shooting foul. And the Waves have it. Colbey Ross down the lane. Throws it up and in. Head coach. Coach Burkhart's done a great job so far. Ross outside. Three-pointer. Moving right to left in the second half. Ross dribbling. Go down the lane. Throw it up and in. Well, just under 1 minute to go. 12 on the shot clock. Ross dribbling. He'll stop, put up a shot. Good!
Pepperdine has the ball first. The Waves lost their conference opener at home against University of Pacific. Their lead guard
was Pepperdine at home in their opening loss to Pacific. But for them to stay in it, they have got to shoot the ball, and they've got to force Gonzaga out of transition.
Ross off the dribble, goes right by Woolridge and lays it in.
Oh, help side
was a big part of that team.
Lorenzo Romar, assistant coach on that UCLA team.
Ross with the cross up, and Ross slip it to the sophomore, up and under move.
That time he banged, and then he gave the chicken wing to give himself an extra advantage.
Ross, nifty move, hits the shot. Two will hold for the final look. Ross is going to get a screen and go to the bucket. Floats one up and hits. Ross, here's exactly what you were talking about. As soon as he gets one of those switches, he loves it. This time he creeped with the ball. They continue to hang around. Colbey Ross, just a little opening, he scores.
Pepperdine came in with a lot of expectations this season, but they've been rattled with injuries and inconsistent play. They seem to be putting it all together tonight.
Now, if I were going
the 30-year anniversary of the 89-90 team. They went all the way to the Elite Eight.
Colbey Ross.
And Pepperdine's doing a nice job recovering out. Nice.
That's Ross in the lane.
After year, and boy, he gave us fits.
And a lob backdoor from Ross, caught by...
To have that many good players that you can afford to lose quality players from your lineup and not have it hurt you.
Third on Dos Anjos.
Knock off at the other end, cost a bucket, and he didn't want to shoot the ball. So here's where Ross got to be able to make a play, draw contact. Nice finish play that's got him off balance, a little confused.
Ross through traffic, gets it to go.
The arc, but he also has the ability to put the ball on the deck and create havoc. Speaking of putting the ball on the deck and creating havoc. This is Ross starting, stopping. He gets to the bucket and he gets to the line. The three. Ross the offside rebound. Let's see if Pepperdine can take a fight out of this lead. Ross pulls up, bangs a three. Australia. And Duke has got the start today in place of Tommy Kuzi in the lineup. Ross. Wow. Ross comes to get the ball. Kuzi rubbed off on a screen. Ross, another moon ball!
Hanging on the rim. Sign of such a good shooter.
And a good sign for St. Mary's, and there's Ross. Gets inside, cut off. Ross has not shot well from distance, but he's been dynamite on the run.
Kessler Edwards with the rebound, and here come the Waves back quickly. Left side, Ross, his open three-point shot is Ryan throws it up, and his shot no good. Boy, both teams struggling from the field. 16-15 to play, 5-4 Pepperdine. Right side, Ross fires up a three. Careful not to pick up his third. In the lane, Ross puts it up. It goes in. It counts. He's fouled. 5 to go. Ross dribbles to the right side. Ross changed directions into the lane. Lob it to Obioha. Find it on any podcasting app or at PepperdineWaves.com this week. It'll be Sahith Begawa to this Broncos team. Waves are moving left to right in their white, blue, and orange. On the back door to Chavez, laid up and in. Top defensive player as the Waves bring it outside. Taylor Williams as a jumper by Colbey on the floor. Altman. Top of the key to Ross. He'll stop and shoot. A three is good. Isn't too far away for all these schools. Out in front to Ross. Will stop and shoot a three and get it. A lot of contact, but no whistle. 40-32, Broncos down. Here comes Ross, laid up and in. 10-point lead. Sooner or later, these teams got to cool off on the three-point shooting. They're just shooting the lights out. Ross down the lane, throws it up and in.
Down the floor and score points. And, of course, it's led by Colbey Ross, the point guard.
It's Colbey Ross, second in the West Coast Conference in scoring.
Anticipated that pass. It was a lazy pass.
Nice pass. Colbey Ross with his slam. Colbey Ross spinning. Nice drop off and a slam. Victor Ohio.
Picking it up off the floor and kicking it to the corner.
Colbey Ross, the first three of the night. And a steal. Here comes Colbey Ross. Ross attacks. That was nice. And again, the bench delivering. Colbey Ross for a reason.
I mean, the guy drove in. That means he started in the lane initially. You know, he splits it in a little teardrop. Wow.
Eagle lead down even further. Nice pass. Colbey Ross. Colbey Ross, 16 points, 8 assists. Here he is again. Three. Rattles out. Rebound. Here comes Colbey Ross. Ross for the win.
A lot of great moments in Cal basketball.
There have been a lot of great moments in Cal basketball.
Yeah.
Colbey Ross, his first point.
Put that one away. But the Zags at the kennel. The Zags had a season worst 17 turnovers in that game as Colbey Ross. Khrushchev tonight. Keith Smith in the game, the transfer from Oregon for Pepperdine. Backdoor the layup, Colbey Ross.
Drills a three.
Second three for Kispert. Tough fadeaway from Colbey Ross.
This game, I don't know that they're going to change their strategy.
The problem is, as we talked about, Gonzaga has 7 guys, well, including Tilly, who's probably not, when Ross was on the bench.
That was huge for them. The turnovers, the transition. We talked about the plays, and there you see right off.
His job with the Tigers.
Doing a great job with them. Got them rocking and rolling over there in Pacific. Got my vote for Coach of the Year.
Yeah, but
we talked about how important ball positioning is to them.
Majority of this season. And he missed a lot of last year because of an injury.
And at this point, a lot of coaches will tell you, as much as you're concerned with his
played by Daryl Polk in the air to get rid of it before he came down. Leads to a 2-on-1, and Skylar Chavez drops it in.
More than a point of possession, which is acceptable.
Colbey Ross to Daryl Polk.
I think so, but you know, you get in the late season, people game plan for you. They know what you want to do. They want to get the ball out of your hands.
Here he is, and he nailed it.
I'd say, yeah, that's a good play right there because he wanted the timeout.
And now Ross. The turnover. And that might have been Ross.
Notice how Ross has always got his head up. He's not ultra quick. There's that little floater. Boy, is he good.
And leads the country in foul shooting, so you know they want to get there more often. Colbey Ross. I love the way the kid plays, and really he's been coming on. And Lorenzo said he's got a really high IQ. He really understands the game.
1-on-4, probably not wise. Bring it out.
Colbey Ross, trail 3.
Nice.
By you. Colbey Ross ties the game. Dante Anderson saves it, but it fuels a Pepperdine break. 4-on-2, a pull-up 3. Colbey Ross.
Around player. Lorenzo is really high on him today. I think he's just really figuring it out.
And running the floor and finishing.
Oh my gosh, one of the quickest.
Cedric Altman with all. Coming off the bench, and after starting the majority of the year, the step back. Colbey Ross gets his first point. Transfer from Oregon. Colbey Ross floats it to the rim and dropped in by Victor.
Coach,
that's a focused Herb Sendek, ladies and gentlemen.
No, you can tell it's not a happy Herb Sendek, that's for sure.
And Colbey Ross
on the floor. Oh, nice steal.
Colbey Ross took it away. Gets by Taj Edie in the reverse from Ross. Colbey Ross in the key.
I would like to get something at the basket right here. You know, that two three-point. If they can get back and give it a good defensive effort right here and get the ball back.
Colbey Ross hits.
On the floor here tonight for Pepperdine. We're a part of that team, including this guy, Ross, who's got the ball first, and he will get the first.
Okay, good.
Always.
I know the quickest way back to the hotel after the game.
Ross for 3. Well, the Gales have lacked consistency this year underneath the basket. Colbey Ross just going to take this ball in again and score again. 10.
Pepperdine has not made a field goal in almost 8.5 minutes.
Okay.
But that fourth one, not a good call.
Ross for 3, yes.
Played for the Oakland Soldiers.
Here's another 3 for Ross. He hits back-to-back threes.
Open division of the state playoffs. Sarah Canyon walked away with the victory in a tight game.
Colbey Ross is feeling it.
Points, but it might be because of Kessler Edwards' production at both ends of the floor, in particular with his brother out. He's been fantastic.
Here's Ross for 3. We got a rebound Pepperdine. Colbey Ross, yes, from way out.
They have not led since 1917. Here's an opportunity to take a lead.
Ross stops, and the ball tipped in. It goes down.
About Kessler Edwards all night long.
Yeah, he's had a great game. Here's Ross, spins back. Ross to the bucket, and a foul.
I think you need it back in the game.
Colbey Ross down low.